What's up everybody, Swood here, and today I'm bringing you guys a video on this Goblin Hut Graveyard deck. It's been popular for a couple weeks now, but this Mega Knight Zap Bait deck has sort of just taken over and everyone's been playing that deck, so a lot of people really haven't seen this deck, so I'm gonna make a video on it, show how to beat the Mega Knight Zap Bait and some other decks, and yeah, I'm just gonna go over a couple games in this quickly. There's this Ice Wizard Tornado version that has 4 spells, and there's also this Musketeer version which doesn't have the tornado because it's not paired with the Ice Wizard. So I mean, you can use either variation if you want. In this deck, or in this video, I did the Ice Wizard one because it is better against the Mega Knight Zap Bait. You have the tornado and the log to deal with Zap Bait cards. So I'm going to go over 2 replays with the Mega Knight Zap Bait deck and 1 of a 3 Musketeer and show how I play against those. I did a grand challenge. The rest of the matches weren't really that great, so I didn't have any like amazing golem matches or anything to share you guys. So quickly we'll start at the bottom with the Mega Knight Zap Bait. And if you guys haven't seen a deck guide on this, Mike did a video on it with Path to Pro with Juicy J. So make sure you go check that out. I'm actually going to do another video on the deck just because that's how strong it is. So that will be coming up soon. So just start slow. If you have Goblin Hunt, you can start that. And before we get into this video, or this replay actually, so how you want to play Goblin Hut Graveyard is, especially if you're playing against poison. This one doesn't have poison, but if you're playing against poison, you have the Goblin Hut and you have the Graveyard. Those are your 2 poison cards, like poison bait cards. If they poison your Goblin Hut, you can get good value on the Graveyard. If they poison your Graveyard, you can get good value on your Goblin Huts. So you have to be mindful of that, especially in like a mirror match against another person with Goblin Hut and another poison bait card like Graveyard or Golem Night Witch. So you just got to be really conscious of that, and being aware of that fact is going to be sort of what's going to win or lose you the game, how well you can manage that, or if you can bait out your poison, bait out the enemy's poison. That's why this deck is good against the Mega Knight Zap Bait, because they don't have a poison at all, so you're always going to be getting good value against with the Goblin Hut, and then the Graveyards are also going to do pretty well paired with like a poison. They don't have anything that's really baiting your poison, so you can just always basically poison the Graveyard as long as they're giving you value. So the goal with this deck, obviously you have Tornado, you want to be activating your King Tower. If you're playing against a Miner, if you're playing against Graveyard, these are going to be really helpful things to help you win the match. If you're able to activate the tower against Graveyard, that's basically just going to win you the matchup right there, because you have two towers shooting the Graveyard, and then you're able to always poison on offense instead of having to save your poison for defense. And that poison bait aspect that I talked about just completely is gone if your tower is going to be able to shoot the Graveyard, because you don't need to poison the Graveyard at all. So in this matchup, this guy wasn't the greatest, but sort of just showing you guys, accidentally shot a log over there. So even with like wasting my log in a deck that's very small spell dependent, it's still able to win this. So the ideal spot to play your Goblin Hut in this matchup, and also against Expo, is play it, I believe I do it right here. Yeah, so right against the tower, towards the lane that you want to go. The issue with this is if they're able to play a Mega Knight, you should play a Mega Knight on the right here. If you're able to play like a Mega Knight or an Expo at the bridge on the opposite lane, it's going to be really hard for you to defend. So late game, this is something you want to do when you're able to get like 2 Goblin Huts up. You can play it lower down, but earlier on in the matchup, you might have to play it a little higher up. Quick shout out to my King's Cup banner that's right there. I took down my old calendar and put that up because I won it in full frontages giveaway. So that will be in the background of the future videos, which is awesome. So now I'm just going to start doing Graveyard Poisons. I got 1 Goblin Hut already, and when I get to a second one, I'm just going to Goblin Hut again. Since he doesn't have a big spell, he doesn't have a great way to take it out. If he tries to miner it, I have 3 towers shooting it, and I can also use my other troops. This is where it gets a little spicy. He's split lane pushing, which is good by him, but I'm able to just tornado on the right side, take a bit of damage, let my tower clean up the skeletons, and just focus on the left side. I got two Goblin Huts up now, and the game's already over. I'm just sort of taking it slow with my Goblin Hut, or with my Graveyard Poisons, and we'll see as I slowly take the game here. There we go. So I'm going to show one more match against this Mega Knight Zap Bait. I end up losing this one just because of a misplay, but the start of it I was playing really well. So probably play a Mega Minion in the back or an Ice Wizard if they give you something to play into. So see what he plays here. So he plays a skeleton barrel. I'm able to Ice Wizard in time. Normally I would Mega Minion, but because Ice Wizard will trade better against the skeleton barrel, I did that. So I already know that it's going to be the Mega Knight Zap Bait deck with plays Spear Goblins along with the skeleton barrel. Goblin Hut in the middle just to make sure that that skeleton barrel doesn't get any good damage and I don't have to waste a spell on it. I'm able to just pull it to the middle, kill it with troops in the tower. So he miners the tower, which is pretty big. In this deck, they're going to be wanting to miner your Goblin Hut. If they're minering the tower, you're going to be able to get free Goblin Huts off because they can't poison it. They have to miner it. So I don't graveyard here. This is too early. I'm not able to. It might punish me on the opposite end of that. So just stay passive. I Ice Wizard in the middle because I know that he doesn't have poison. So I have no problems clumping my troops together too much unless he zaps it. But zap, you don't really want to do that against an Ice Wizard. So here again, he miners my Ice Wizard, which is completely fine by me. I'm going to Goblin Hut again, and I'm already going to have 2 Goblin Huts down, which is amazing. So right now, I'm down 8 Elixir, but I have 2 Goblin Huts and a Mega Minion. This is awesome for me. So this should have been just like the last match. You just keep your Goblin Huts up, defend, and keep cycling Goblin Huts, graveyard poison once you have enough solid defense. And I believe this is where I mess up. So I'm supposed to just defend this push and then keep going. I tried to kite it to the opposite lane just to get my Spear Golems to help out and the other tower. And then I should have tornadoed the miner first and then logged, but I missed my log, so I had to tornado the miner up. And this allows him to play a Goblin Gang on the left and basically take half my tower. See there? So my tower's basically gone, so we're just going to speed through the rest of this. I try to come back and take the right tower, bring it to a 1-1 game, which would still be a bad matchup for me, but see here, I try to graveyard, and I try my hardest to get a second, but no, and then he gives me the classy BM, just because I misplayed my log. So don't miss your spells, guys. Last one is going to be a match versus 3 Musketeers. So I'm able to beat 3 Musketeer deck with graveyard. That's pretty huge. What I'm able to do in this is I'm able to tornado all the Musketeers to one lane, and I'm able to stack up multiple Goblin Huts. You're actually going to see him do a really good play. When they play a pump, normally they play in the middle, you just poison those. If they play it on the side, like in the corners, you graveyard poison them, and hopefully they give you value with like a Goblin Gang in the poison, or like in the graveyard radius, so you can poison that in the pump. So see here is just starting out slow, start up a Goblin Hut. I think by now I figured out what he's playing. So Ice Wizard into that. And you're going to see here he's going to pump. So I'm trying to save up for Ice Golem Graveyard Poison, because if I just Ice Golem Graveyard, he will Minion Horde. So I need to save up for poison on the minions. And then I poison preemptively, hoping he will play the minions, but he is smart, and he plays 3 Musketeers. So really well played by him. I still get lots of damage and kill the pump, but he's up about 7-8 Elixir right now, which is pretty insane. So I try to mitigate damage. I log on one side, I Mega Minion the other. I should just leave it right here, but I play an Ice Golem. I should have just left it. Now I'm down 3 Elixir instead of 1 Elixir. Overall, it's still good defense. I have to take this Battle Ram hit, because if you play an Ice Wizard against Battle Ram, it does not stop the Battle Ram, it still gets hits. So because of the Ice Golem on the other side, I wasn't able to defend the Battle Ram, which got him a lot of damage. So here, I know we're down, just trying to recoup, get some Goblin Huts up like I said. Probably won't do the exact same preemptive poison on the next pump, because he is smart enough to defend those with like 3 Musketeers outside of the range, so I'm not going to do that again. So he pumps, I'm going to graveyard this one, but I don't have a tank, so I'm just going to graveyard poison. But what I'm going to do is graveyard, wait for him to play something, and then poison. So he plays Goblin Gang, I poison. He's going to play 3 Musketeers here. I believe I tornado him to one lane. Yep, so I tornado him to one lane. I'll probably just like Ice Wizard log them. Not exactly sure, but log does really well. If you're playing like a bait deck with Princess, if you're able to tornado Princess them, that's amazing. So he tries to push on the other lane. I just Mega Minion, use my Goblins, and get another hut up, I believe. Yep. So right now my tower's down to 700, and both his are around 1,000, 1,500. So overall, it's not too bad for me. I tornado here for no reason, just for fun. Poison here, I should have tornado poisoned those. So now I'm not too worried about taking a bit of damage on my left side. So I let those go, and I'm trying to build up a big push on the right. So here I log, because I'm not worried about the Goblin gang, it's not even in rotation right now. I just Mega Minion Tornado for that push on the left side with another Goblin Hut. The more Goblin Huts the better, especially if they can't poison them. And it's just a rain of Goblins coming down. We're going to Ice Wizard log this. We're also going to throw an Ice Golem and Mega Minion, I believe, just to deal with the Lumberjack and all that. So now we're just setting up for a situation where he plays 3 Musketeer, we can Tornado him to the left, and then Graveyard on the right. So I Graveyard Poison, and then I Tornado preemptively, tried to preemptively Tornado, I didn't have enough Elixir, and I'm able to win the match like that. So the keys against 3 Musketeer and decks in general that don't have poison, just stack as many Goblin Huts as you can, protect your Goblin Huts, and that will win you the game. Let's quickly put one in the background. So if they don't have poison, you just want to stack your Goblin Huts, get value out of them, and that's going to win you the match. If they do have poison, be mindful of that and try to bait out the poison with either the Goblin Hut or the Graveyard for what you're trying to do. And also try to, if they have a Goblin Hut, try to just win the Goblin Hut battles so that you have your Goblin Huts winning, like surviving and getting you value where theirs aren't. If you do have a deck that's like Golem or some kind of Mega Knight and you want to go opposite lane, you can Goblin Hut on the side in the back corner, and then as long as you're able to defend with like Ice Wizard, Tornado, Mega Minion, that works. Be careful of the decks with Golem Flying Machine, because the Flying Machine does really good if you're not able to Mega Minion it down. So be careful about that. I'll just quickly speed through this match. So this guy doesn't have a pump, so he only has one thing that I need to poison, which is the Musketeers. So I'm going to win this every time because I can just always poison the Musketeers. I mean, I could poison the bats too on the graveyard, but he doesn't have a pump or something else to tie me. I try to log the 3 Musketeers just to be cool. Tornado the Musketeers to one lane always in this deck. Now we just need one more graveyard, I think. Yep, Tornado them again. We were taking it slow just because we knew we had this match, but wanted to be careful. So every time, just Tornado them and let the Spear Goblins do their work. He has no way to kill my Spear Goblins, or the Goblin Huts themselves, so they're just going to win me the match like that. So guys, that's the video today. It's on this deck. I will do another video on this deck, so stay tuned for that. If you guys aren't already subscribed, make sure to join the Swood army, click the subscribe button, show some support on this video guys, and good luck with this deck in the future. Remember, this is a Musketeer deck if you want to use that one. Either way, they're both good. Hope you guys have a good day.